Is Blaqbonez testing you?
He's a fool.
So guys, yes, Blaqbonez and Odumodublvck are dissing themselves, and this one is something that I'm kind of like late to the party, to be honest, but I just want to talk about it. Just want to just give my own 2 cents about it because I'm really not following their beef as much, but it's all in the face. Like, you can't ignore the beef because everywhere you go to, you see them, their beef, and how it all happened. So the song I just reacted to, Blaqbonez and AQ, an AQ song that Blaqbonez was featured in it, and that particular song, Blaqbonez actually used these lyrics where he said that these guys are pushing 50 and they are still talking about ups.
Pushing 50 and still fighting ups. I don't know, man, that really sound crazy.
So he gave reference, he kind of like shaded somebody in that song, and at the time I reacted to the song I didn't know who it was, but apparently Blaqbonez was shading Odumodublvck, and these two guys were friends before, but I don't know what happened and what caused their drift. But these two guys went back and forth on Twitter. Industry Machine, Odumodublvck said his own stuff, Blaqbonez said his other stuff. In fact, there's a tweet where Industry Machine was saying that Industry Machine was saying that if rap hard for me, your last hit no go dey with me. I am everything you want to be. Your spirit is weak. Then Blaqbonez said, enter studio and get out of my mentions. This no be Twitter warfare. And stop calling the whole industry crying about me. No be so Kendrick Lamar they do. Hip hop legacy. So literally Blaqbonez was calling for this, like, I've shaded you in this particular jam. I'm waiting for you to release a song so that I can enter studio and cook you. Because we all know that Blaqbonez has been battle tested. Like, people say Blaqbonez has been in battles. Like, Blaqbonez literally grew up from either shading somebody, replying somebody. That was how he built his own clout, before he started making mainstream songs. Blaqbonez replied MI when MI dropped the song, you guys need to fix up your life. Blaqbonez replied MI on that song.
6 mixtapes, over 4 ciphers, BS class captain, bro, I been rapping, did my own currency, never let the game down, never stop when I wasn't played now, not even when bloggers wouldn't post my tracks, when the show promoters wouldn't hold no cash, facts.
Blaqbonez also dissed, he has dissed a lot of people actually. He called himself the best rapper in Africa. That was one of his earlier rant in his career, best rapper in Africa, and he got dissed by a guy called Tentic. And Blaqbonez replied Tentic and cooked everybody that dissed him, both Tentic, I think Devoli at the time. He cooked everybody in that particular song, BRIA, best rapper in Africa. He cooked everybody in that song. So he is battle tested. Then he also, in a more recent battle, it was Blaqbonez versus Khaligraph Jones. We saw what happened, even though Khaligraph Jones won the battle, but Blaqbonez didn't come out, didn't just get beat up in the battle. He put up a good and decent fight. The song was crazy, and that particular song, Blaqbonez did what he could do. I see edged it to Khaligraph Jones, but Blaqbonez is battle tested. Lyrically, he's the guy that can come for you and he can drop a diss track. So I see a lot of Odumodublvck fans, and I see a lot of Blaqbonez fans. I saw the whole rift online, and people are wondering if these two people go head to head, who is actually going to win? And to be honest, I will tell you that if they go head to head, the person that has a higher chance of winning it is Blaqbonez. And this is why I'll tell you. Odumodublvck is a more commercial type rapper. He's a marketable rapper. He's a rapper that people know him not because they understand his lyrics, but they love how he jump on tracks and how he uses those lingua, those slangs that when you hear them, I go put you for the cup, the popoli and enter the kata, all those kind slangs that are very both indigenous and very local lingua, but they enter the song so well and they just give Odumodublvck a different kind of vibe. And this is just who Odumodublvck has been. And his song is commercially viable, his song is marketable, but his song being commercially viable and marketable doesn't translate to it being having a good chance in terms of a diss track. Someone like Blaqbonez already knows how to find those loopholes to your music, find those loopholes to your identity. And he's just that kind of guy that is very witty, and he can come to the party and dance whatever dance he needs to dance to just win the dance war. So in this particular one, Blaqbonez is willing to get his hands dirty if he wants to come out, both in jesting you, both in making jest of you, both in dissing you and whatever. And the funny thing is that before the Twitter exchange, there was already a beef, because I watched the Genius, shout out to the Genius by the way, I watched the Genius interview with N6, and they talked about that beef. I think the Genius said that there's a beef between Blaqbonez and Odumodublvck. He has more inside news than we, that we are more on the outside world. And N6 was like, it's going to be a tough battle if they actually fought, but he knows that Blaqbonez has the schemes, has that technique and the schemes to just do whatever he needs to do to win that battle. And that's just the truth. Blaqbonez is more lyrically sound, his cadence is better for battle type raps and everything. So yes, Blaqbonez is most likely to come out on top to win the battle. But remember that right now the happening guy in the moment is Odumodublvck. So sometimes battles are not won by the artistry or dexterity of the song, but how that diss track is commercially acceptable. I learned that the hard way, and I learned it from Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Because if you look at their diss tracks, I'm one of the few people that felt like Drake did way more than enough to have edged that battle when he came out with Family Matters, because Family Matters is actually one of the best diss tracks you hear from a rapper. But comparing Family Matters to Not Like Us was more commercially viable and it was accepted worldwide, and because of that, Not Like Us was regarded as the diss track that made Kendrick Lamar win that diss. But the truth is, if you're looking at it from a rapper standpoint, in terms of lyrically, the lyrics, in terms of the diss in itself, the substance, the artistry and everything, well, you might have a contrary opinion to that. But commercial acceptability, the way the people accepted your music, the diss track they can relate to the most, the diss track they vibe to the most, can actually help you win the war. And because of the kind of clout and the kind of influence, the motion that Odumodublvck is having now, Odumodublvck can drop a diss track that will blow. And once that diss track blows, it's going to be hard for Blaqbonez to come back from that. And that's just the truth. And that's just my 2 cents on if they actually had dropped these tracks. If you're looking at lyrics, of course, Blaqbonez has lyrics. But if you're looking about the commercial viability of a diss track, someone that can make a diss track a hit party jam, that's Odumodublvck. The lyrics might not be as deep, the lyrical depth might not be there, the shades might not be as technical, but if there's anybody that can make that a hit, it will be Odumodublvck. Well, anyway, that's just that. Now let's check out a podcast to which Odumodublvck and his goons were on recently, and this is what Odumodublvck said about Blaqbonez. This is what he said about Blaqbonez. Let's watch.
I apologize.
Is Blaqbonez testing you?
He's a fool.
What?
He's a fool. He's an idiot.
Somebody at the back said facts. That one, you know that's like a strong person, a strong follower of Odumodublvck. So on the back said fact, is a fool. Facts. Well, these are what fans do when you have a diehard fan or a diehard loyal follower of your group, So, but let's see what Odumodublvck says on this one.
One of those people that will come out and say, oh, your music is not good behind closed doors. Once they see you face to face, they say, oh, your music is nice, but walls have ears. Once you say things like that, oh, this guy is not going to last for how many years? That one's not going to last for this years. Putting quota on people's this thing. You're indirectly saying, this guy is more that they are going to drive her out of the house in so time. You don't even know what you are saying. That's why when I meet them in real life, on the track, face to face, they know me. Everybody that has come against the machine have lost.
Man, I like how Odumodublvck talks. He talks with so much force and authority, man. Gallant vibe. I like the force and tenacity he uses to talk. I just like it. So Odumodublvck is just, I don't know why I'm stammering this guy's name. Odumodublvck is just saying his own piece here, and he's just saying that Blaqbonez said some things behind his back about his longevity and his career and his type of music and his sound, and he doesn't like Blaqbonez because of that. And well, Blaqbonez blew up in like 2019. So 2019 from now to now, that's 6 years. That's when Blaqbonez blew up. Odumodublvck blew up in 2023 till now. That's 2 years plus. So Odumodublvck has been topping the charts and has been the new guy off the block for 2 years straight. And Blaqbonez, on the other hand, of course, he didn't really peak as much as Odumodublvck peaked, but he has been on that steady wave. He's mainstream. You know him, you know his songs, and he had some good songs, Commander, back in uni, that were kind of like hit songs, but they didn't really peak like Declan Rice, that was an international export and everything. But Blaqbonez is one of the respected new cats when you talk about the rappers that we have in Nigeria. So 6 years in the game, 6 years mainstream. The other guy is 2+ years mainstream, and of course he can talk about longevity and he can have his own opinions, but I know where Odumodublvck is coming from, man. So he doesn't want like all those kind of things. If you have a negative opinion, say it to my face. Don't go behind my back and say it. So I don't know the whole full context, but this is just what Odumodublvck is saying here. Let's continue though.
When his bosses, they call me, they try to give me shows. If I'm that evil, why would your own bosses want to help me? His friends, they text me to give them verses. How will I be beefing? How will you, pass boy, you go the beef person? Then the person will come tell me, say, Halfa, and I know it's in this up. Halfa, please come and give me. His closest friends are begging me for verses. This podcast that I'm doing is going to help him promote his album. Do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
For the sake of hip-hop. I'm not that wicked. I need his mommy to eat. I need him to leverage on all these things I'm saying. And I mean it from the most genuine part in my heart. So many people have come and they've dissed me. It doesn't matter. You can diss me all you want. Say whatever you want to say. But everybody will stand by the truth when it's 3 a.m. in the night. If your bosses know, if your bosses are still putting food on my table, then you must be a pussy.
There's a way Odumodublvck talks that I feel like sometimes he deflects and says things that are kind of like not part of the context of his statement, but they are still part of it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like now, somebody will start 3 a.m. in the night and say you must be this, because if your boss is still put food on my table, then you must be this. Why the 3 a.m. in the night? That's kind of like an old man talking. You know what, these old heads, when they want to talk, they will first talk about one time in the middle of the night and how something happened like that. That's the kind of person that I'm saying from Odumodublvck. But anyway, let's continue though.
They should call his bosses.
It's crazy.
I need you to put this clip out. Call his bosses. They call me to try to put food on my table.
Well, the truth is that this is a Blaqbonez and Odumodublvck conversation. It's two new cats kind of like struggling it out, and it's possible that these two guys are actually friends. After all, we see them, they were homies before, so it's possible that these two guys are actually friends, and this battle is quite intentional. Like Odumodublvck said, it will help him promote his album, because it has kind of like put Blaqbonez in everybody's lips again, without Blaqbonez actually doing what Blaqbonez does, which is to create something that will make him go viral. Because the truth is, Blaqbonez knows his own marketing strategies that work for him. He knows how to make his own PR that work for him, and he has done it, and it has worked a lot of times. The whole breaking the yoke of love crusade and type of things that Blaqbonez did at that time. So Blaqbonez is a marketing genius, so he knows how to do his stuff. But with this one that is happening now, well, it will also push his album, like Odumodublvck said, But I don't know, are these guys ever going to fight? Are they ever going to diss? It's just funny how some fans are being emotional with this thing, and they are forgetting that this industry is such a small place and people are trying everything they can do to kind of like beat the system and just push their own products. And PR is very good, and this can be also scripted. It can be a planned beef, but anyway, that's just, it can be, it is not, it may not be, you know, it's just a probability that it might be a planned beef. But let's listen to the machine give us the laws of the machine before we round up.
How would you try to put food on the food of your ops, on the table of your ops? Make Drake, make Top Dog. They call, say they want book Drake for show. Then there's something wrong with your boy. That means you have to put.
It just shows that their fight is not that deep. The fight is just within them. It doesn't branch out to their organization and their whole body. You know, as they are comparing Top Dog ends to OVO, Drake Entertainment, Kendrick and Drake, they have to understand something. First of all, the Drake and Kendrick beef lingered for such a long time before they actually dissed themselves last year. Drake and Kendrick beef was on for more than 8 to 10 years. These guys were secretly dissing themselves, referencing themselves and shading themselves. So of course at that time the toxicity and the bias, emotional bias, would have spread to not just them but their team members. These two guys were friends like last year, so their beef is never up to 6 months old from my own records. So in that case, it has not, the beef, it has not gone to other sides of the table. It is just within themselves. MI is still friends with Odumodublvck. She talks very good of Odumodublvck, talks highly of Odumodublvck. I can say that even AQ is in good terms with Odumodublvck. So I don't think it has anything to do with branching out like that. But well, this is Odumodublvck talking.
Pull him aside, talk to him, let him learn, repent. If you want to stand on business, I live for war. You see that I'm not good at music, but you.
I look forward to Odumodublvck dropping a diss track. If you want to stand on business, I live for war. Odumodublvck is telling you that he's battle ready. He is battle ready, and Blaqbonez is already telling him, dude, enough of the talk online, man. Don't do like Kendrick didn't do X, he didn't do Twitter. He actually went to the studio and dropped something. So if you are battle ready, then drop something. Drop something. Let's go.
Come and beg me for verse. Unfortunately, I'm not like the modern niggas. When I see you in real life. Next.
Right. Odumodublvck has talked his talk. Blaqbonez, of course, is doing what Blaqbonez does. Maybe we'll drop another song where he references Odumodublvck or replies him again. We don't know. We need Odumodublvck to shade Blaqbonez. We need some proper diss track and back and forth. Maybe that will happen. Maybe that will not happen. But these are my 2 cents on the whole diss and what has been happening behind the scenes, and even in front of you can see what's happening. And guys, tell me what you think about the whole diss track. Odumodublvck versus Blaqbonez. Who are you supporting? Who do you think is better than who? And what do you think is the beef all about? And with that being said, my guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. My people, peace.